I want you to think about your favorite Minecraft build. Now, some of you probably went to a Hermitcraft build that you saw. Some of you might have even gone to the Dream SMP, or you might have thought of something like Stampy's Lovely World. Now, how come all of these builds, with such creative ideas and designs, how come all of them were built in survival? That is what I want to talk about in today's video. Why are Minecraft players more creative in survival mode? Now, before we begin, I want to give a little bit of backstory to some people who might not be as familiar with Minecraft. Minecraft has two main game modes, creative and survival. Creative, as you would expect, is where you have every item at your disposal, you have infinite blocks, you can instantly mine and place, and you have everything that you would ever want. Survival, you don't. You have to go out, grab the resources, make tools, go mining, build farms, and then you can start making these giant mega builds. So how come all of the best builds that people have made in Minecraft, how come most of them are in survival mode? Now, some of the points that I want to bring up in this video are that scarcity fuels creativity, challenge creates meaning, constraints inspire innovation, and that world context shapes design. So without further ado, let's begin. First, I want to talk about the idea of scarcity. As stated before, in creative mode, you have everything. There's nothing that you have to work for. But in survival, if you want to get a ton of cobblestone for a build, you have to go out and mine all of that cobblestone. So how come when people have less available, they start to become more creative? This is because of the idea of scarcity. In survival, every block has a cost. If you go mine 100 cobblestone and use it in a build, that's the one use for that cobblestone. And what this does is it forces players to think about what they have versus what they want. And the limited resources push players to design smarter and more efficient builds. And especially with the introduction of farms into survival, when people have less of an item, its value goes up, and that sparks creativity. If I only have a few diamond blocks, I'm going to want to make sure I use those as efficiently as possible in my builds. Now, similar to this idea is the concept that challenge creates meaning. Survival makes every block that you get earned. You have to go out and grab it yourself. And because of that, it feels more significant. So players want to spend time to build their own worlds. Now, because of this challenge, it makes people more creative. When you're in creative mode and you have everything at your disposal, what most people will tend to do is go to destruction because they don't have to quote unquote clean up the mess that they leave. So that's why when people go into creative, they start burning down villages and blowing up monuments. But in survival, you have to earn everything that you work for, and that makes it so that people want to show off what they have, and it builds a sense of emotional attachment. The next topic I want to talk about is the idea that innovation is created from constraints. When Minecraft Beta was very popular on YouTube, you could see that people had these massive worlds in survival. And Beta didn't even have a creative mode. But what happened was the limited block palette and the fact that the game was so slowed down, it made people more creative. And the simpler block palette made it so that people had to think outside of the box to make what they wanted. It caused innovation. But now, especially in modern Minecraft and modern Minecraft Creative, everything is available to you. So there's no reason to go out of your way to try and invent something new when it's already there for you. For example, tables. If people wanted to build tables in Minecraft beta, they had to use a piston. And nowadays there are a bunch of modernized building techniques that people use to build good looking tables. But because of the simplicity, people had to innovate and be more creative in their builds. Now this final point is pretty self-explanatory, but it's the idea that the world around you shapes design. If I make a super flat creative world, everything looks the same. There's maybe a village here and there, and then other than that, it's just slimes. But in survival, what tends to happen is you'll see these giant mountains on one side with snowy peaks. Maybe a different part of your world is the jungle. Maybe one part is the mesa and the desert. And what this does is the area around you forms how you want to build. There have been multiple times in Minecraft where I have built desert oasis houses, and I've also built snowy tundra houses. It just depends on the context of what I'm given, and with everything else said before, it makes me more innovative and more creative. So with that being said, that is why Minecraft survival is actually more creative than Minecraft creative mode. I would like to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know in the comment section down below what you think, and if you have any other opinions or topics that I didn't cover, please let me know. I love reading all of your guys' comments. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!